So, did Kendrick Lamar write Drake's verse on Effin' Problems? That is the question I have been asking myself ever since we broke down the Heart Part 3 and the Heart Part 6 being mirror images of each other. In the Heart Part 3, Kendrick Lamar says, 3 hollow tips aimed at your head, I'll be damned if the chopper jam now. That is a reference to the 3 songs that he did with Drake. Buried Alive on Drake's album, Poetic Justice on Kendrick's album, and then finally Effin' Problems on A$AP Rocky's. So we have to ask the question, did Kendrick Lamar actually write Drake's verse for him on Effin' Problems? I got the lyrics, let's break them down. Now, when you look at Drake's verse, just imagine he's not talking to a girl. Imagine he's talking to hip-hop, and it's not actually Drake penning this, it's Kendrick Lamar penning it. He starts out by saying, oh, I know you love it when this beat is on. Make you think about all the fellas you've been leading on. So he's saying, I know rap loves a good beat. It makes you think about all the rappers who would want to rap on that beat. He goes on to say, makes me think about all the rappers I've been feeding on. Meaning, those are the same dudes that he's been stealing from. He continues to say, got a feeling it's the same dudes that we're speaking on. Oh, word. You ain't heard my album? Who you sleeping on? So he's saying there, really, you haven't heard my album? Which artist are you overlooking? Because he's taking from all of them. Who do I need to be for you to like me? The song goes on. You should print out the lyrics and have a read-along. Ain't a fucking sing-along unless you bring the weed along. Think about that. Print out the lyrics. That's how he makes music. And then if you want him to perform it, you have to pay him in his vices. Then just drop down and get your eagle on. Or we can stare up at the stars and put the Beatles on. So what he's saying is, once you give him what he wants, then he'll perform for you. And he can either be black or he can be white. Versatility. All that shit you talk about is not up for discussion. I will pay to make it bigger. I don't pay for no reduction. What he's saying there is, I won't listen to anyone. And not only that, but I just pay for everything. I just pay to make myself bigger. Paying to make his ego bigger. And the next part is the best part if you imagine it coming from Kendrick. If it's coming from a fella I don't know, then I don't trust it. And it's just funny because he doesn't know Kendrick. He has no clue who this man is. But he clearly thinks that he can trust him at this point. If you come in from my head, the motherfucker get to bussin'. And if you know Kendrick, you know every time he mentions head, he's talking about thought. So he's saying, if you're coming for my thoughts, then get to walking because I don't have any. Now just listen to how this ends because it is insane. Yes, Lord, I don't really say this often, but this long dick fella ain't for the long talking. Now I had to look this up because, you know, he could either have a long dick or he could be saying the long dick of the law. So if you take the other version, what he is saying is, he's saying, I don't say this often, but I'm a fed, I'm a cop who has nothing to say. All right, so let me know what you think in the comments. Am I preaching or am I reaching? And then if you want me to break down Kendrick's verse on Effin' Problems, I can do that. We've already done it already, but I can do it again. The main thing is that if you look at that verse, it leads you back to money trees, which is very important.